I know that life can get hard sometimes when you're surrounded by eyes and ears. I know you wanted to compromise it, cause it seems like no one cares. Feels like there's no emotions flowing, cause we're lost inside all our fears. All we can do is get up, get going, to show the world that we're here. I don't ever wanna slow down.
All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy B Patt with Nothin But Hits. We got Hector and Francis the Sixth.
Yo, what's good?
So just to get things started, man, where you from?
So I'm originally from Erie, Pennsylvania, which is right on Lake Erie. I think Erie had like the most snow recorded ever in our country. We had like 82 feet of snow, I think, one winter. It's a really, really cold spot. So I went there. I was born and raised there, went to Cathedral Prep High School, and then stayed there for college. And then obviously picked up music midway, I would say freshman or sophomore year in college, so 2016, 2017.
Okay.
And
what was the music scene like? What was the
what was it like?
Scene?
That was, yeah, I mean, that was the issue because, so in high school, I went to an all boys, like private high school. Like we were like really, really good at football. And so like every like rivalry game would have like these rallies where like we would like throw on like old Martin Garrix, like OG Martin Garrix, like animals, and just like everyone would just go nuts. So like I was like really like just in love with like the old, like I think probably be the mainstream dance music at that point, which was like Martin Garrix and Tiesto for the most part, and like Armin van Buuren. So I was like shit, like, and then I got introduced to Tomorrowland, which you guys probably know of.
No, yeah, for sure.
Festival, and like I was young when I saw that, and I was like, shit, like imagine being like a DJ, like on that stage, just like getting everyone turned up, like, but with your own music. Like, that was like my main thing is I didn't know that some of these guys, like, they didn't always like produce their own music. Obviously, like you have ghost production for a lot of producers, but now I know that obviously. But back then I was like, damn, like imagine being able to play like your own music in front of all these people and just like get everyone lit and have a good time. That was like my like goal since I was young. I was like, I want to get to that point. And obviously I've taken different routes to like get to a stage where I'm at now, where I'm like getting closer to hopefully festivals opening up and getting a spot in the lineup. But I don't know, it was like that. I think like kind of transition to the another question that I was looking at was like how did you get like inspired in music? And I think my whole thing was I started off DJing like Sweet 16 proms when I was in high school because of like my whole inspiration of like wanting to DJ. But at the same time, I had a very deep music background. I'm one of 8 children, and my mom is an immigrant from Poland who like music, like folk music and just classical music was always like their heart. Obviously, like during World War II, like, you know, they weren't listening to rock, and it was just like the old, like, it was just crazy down over in Poland, obviously during communism. But so she like raised us all strictly with like classical piano and violin, and I ended up playing like trumpet along the way, but I fell off that. But right when I like got into seeing like DJs on stage, I was like, all right, I'm quitting like piano lessons and like doing classical piano and like doing recitals, and I was like, I'm strictly putting all my time into like doing remixes. And so I think I transitioned way too fast to SoundCloud because like I thought it was the coolest thing to like go on SoundCloud back in the OG days and like see like all these artists that you've never seen before just take. That was like back when like Skrillex wasn't even like, that was like when he was on his rise, man.
I was just about to say that because too, I mean, me and Hack, you know, we've been boys since like middle school or so. But that was like, we were one of the early ones. And Skrillex, I remember seeing Skrillex pop, seeing Chance the Rapper, seeing Vic Mensa, all these people come out of nowhere on SoundCloud. And you're just talking about, so this was, well, because how old are you?
I'm 23 in February.
Okay, so
like
you're around, okay, so yeah, we're all mid-20s or so.
Yeah.
But how you're saying, so your parents had you classically, or was it just your mom or your mom and dad?
Well, like, I mean, they were, but like they're
both just musical.
Yeah, they were. Well, my dad, he was he wasn't. I mean, he just to disclose, he's an attorney, so he wasn't like he didn't really have time for like for music as much. I mean, obviously raising 8 kids, it wasn't an easy deal.
I was gonna say we are one of 8. So are you? Where are you?
Same
Are you
here,
like
bro.
the middle, the youngest?
So I'm the 6th of 8. So my name's Francis, the 6th. Sorry, my dog just ran out. But my name's Francis, the 6th. So I'm 6th of 8. So that's why I'm named the way I am. So I think like 3 of my sisters, they all played, and they still play like classical piano. So it's kind of cool because they're a lot better than I am, obviously, because they're strictly playing like classical music every day and like whatever, like when they have time. And I'm just like always trying to like perfect Logic, which is like a whole nother animal.
That's a whole nother electronic music production, and then like going from electronic music production and then also learning how to do vocal production, like, and then actually knowing music theory, all completely different animals, like, bro. But that's sick though. Do you ever collab with your siblings?
So that's what I was gonna say. So like when they come home for like I think when Catherine, she came home, she was sitting down at the piano, and I was just like, I brought my mic, Joe, for Thanksgiving, and I was like recording her, just play some like beautiful chords. I think it was like from Chopin or something, but I was just like sampling pretty much her whole entire her whole entire chord progression. But I don't know, like once in a while, like I'll keep those like saved, and then like if I feel like I'm making something cool and like it's like I guess in that progression, not in that key, I'll throw it in like once in a while, and like because I have so many samples of like playing piano or like my siblings playing piano. So yeah, it's cool.
I mean, that's cool. That's easy clearance for you because that's in house.
Oh yeah, always in house. That's the way we like to keep it.
So how are you saying you always been playing music since you're a little kid? You're just born into it, really?
Yeah, I was just born into it. Yeah.
And then in college, it sounds like when you started kind of pursuing it more as a career, just taking it more seriously.
Yeah. So I think what really I became very like included with the SoundCloud scene back when I started. So I was like in like back when Discord was still starting to blow up too. I got a Discord and I was just talking to so many producers. And then we were putting like Instagram chats and we were all just like communicating, supporting each other's stuff. So I became like as soon as I started seeing like I was more of like when I started seeing my friends like to start really making moves. I mean, to shout out, like, I mean, obviously, like, you guys know Shipwreck, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I've been a huge fan of them, and, like, Trip used to help mix down. Obviously, now he's way too busy to be working on that, so, like,
would you say...
I don't really work on them as much anymore, but it would be back before they took off, I was just like, man, if they're making good music and you're just putting your mind to it, you can do it. I would say it was probably my senior year where I really took it seriously because I was actually under a different brand for the longest time. I was under a brand called Elevate, which started out as a duo with me and like my closest friend, Alex Blatt at the time, who was like a really good producer in my area and still is, phenomenal producer. His name's Wanted, but I think he's doing a rebrand right now. But we did. I think we had a pretty successful career for the 2 years that we were together. And then obviously, like, being a duo is not the easiest thing because, both producers have their ideas for a brand. And if you guys are friends, it just makes it tough. So we actually ended up parting ways. And, yeah, we're still homies to this day. But I ended up pretty much, like, rethinking the whole brand. And I wanted something more authentic because I just didn't really like the way I had just like, just gone into the, like I said, just jumped into the SoundCloud scene and just made it like a quick name. It was more like, it was half-assing it. And so like when I finally got to the point where I was like, I see potential in myself with making, better music every year and growing, I sat back and I just like rethought this entire brand and Francis the Sixth came out. So that was like this past year. So it was more like trusting myself. I had so many different pieces that I played, like at recitals, that were all different. Like in every song, so we would play 2 songs at recitals, right? So we have 2 songs in front of these people. We play 2 songs, and then the next like recital, you would have 2 more songs. So every time, like as I was growing, like I think I was like 6th grade to like maybe sophomore year in high school, or 5th grade to sophomore year in high school. Like during that time, it was a structured like. I would come in every time, like with all the other pianists that were in my piano group. Like they would all come in with different pieces, and it was just awesome to show. Like it was music. It wasn't that there was like even like a label to like being dance music, because a lot of my music I'm making now isn't even strictly like, I wouldn't even say it's like 100% dance music, because I'm putting a lot of more acoustic elements, my own vocals into it. I'm trying to just make like music that's inspiring me as I go. So like I said, like I don't like the whole theory of people like saying you can't release that or this because it's not along your brand. Like we're meant to be artists and show people what we're making, and it's their decision to see if it's good or not. Like I can't be making that title before it's even out. You know, like people say that to themselves all the time, and then they don't release anything, and then they're just stuck. So it's like this whole year, and that's what I struggle with. Like this whole entire year is gonna be dedicated to like releasing everything I'm doing, because I finally trust myself and I trust my abilities to make better music every time. And you know, it's gonna be for you guys and in the audience really to tell what comes of it. You know, yeah.
Why limit yourself?
And that's exactly what it's gonna be. Hopefully this year. But go ahead. You were gonna say something, Hector?
Oh no, I was just saying, like, yeah, like why limit yourself to one genre? And you know that persona your people might know you as. Like, drop something new that they might like it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's just a bigger reach that you're gonna have potential now. Like that just opens up your pool that much more.
Right. And so I mean, like this year I'm really trying to at least get like 5 flips out minimum this year. And honestly, like my rule of thumb with these flips is I've been listening to a lot more music on SoundCloud, so it's not even gonna be like a mainstream song anymore. I'm just gonna find like a song that I like and I'm messing with for that moment in time and do a flip to it, because I don't even need acapellas. Like I have a whole new structure of going around like the OG, so it's fun and I'm excited for it.
I'm curious, I know you said Shipwreck is one, people you look up to, but what are some of your other top influences?
So I would say like right now it's I don't know if you guys have heard of Frank Moody. He's blowing up right now, but I'll send you one of his songs. It's incredible. Dream in Color. It actually inspired me to do the Two Friends Flip Hell. And SG Lewis, shout out to SG Lewis, had a huge inspiration. Like on multiple of my projects. So
we'll definitely check both of them out, bro. Like that's what we're about. We're putting on any up and coming artist.
Yeah, for real, bro. I feel that.
Yeah, just putting out just the music as good as the superstars, but they just don't have the budget to, really get it out there. That's our whole thing with Nothin But Hits. It's like, if you're making hit music, that doesn't mean any certain genre. That's just great music.
Right. Yeah, I appreciate you guys, looking at me and thinking that. It's one thing to hear from another person for real, so I really appreciate that.
Well, that's Heck over there. Heck put us on to you, man. He was like, bro, you gotta check out this guy.
The whole idea behind my new brand is really to bring like a grooviness to every one of my projects, but also have like a distinct low end feel to it. So it's not like all the time gonna be like for my next. So I have a couple big remixes coming out, official remixes. So you'll be able to see it like in those projects, but like more like a bouncy feel. The EP that I'm working on now is gonna be totally different. It's gonna be more like the lo-fi, low-end, chill groove to it. But hopefully we'll see, what I can do with my vocals on it. I'm really interested in myself to see how it's gonna play out. But
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited
to hear it too. So how we talked about musical influences, but how is being from Maryland or just East Coast in general, how has that influenced your sound or just kind of, what you're into?
I don't know. I don't think where I live has influenced my sound. I think what I'm listening to at the time, or I'm not one of those people that will go out in the woods and listen to the birds and write, I don't do that. I would say in terms of being inspired, where I'm at doesn't always necessarily inspire me. I think it's a feeling I have, at any moment I'm working on music.
Hey, what's it like to perform in front of an audience, bro? Like you said, you started from Sweet 16 to, some shit that you've done lately. What's it like, man?
To be honest with you, I haven't really played any shows in a minute, obviously. The last show I did, I would say, I mean, it was back home. It was like more of a college show, and it's fun. Like you always have like a crazy adrenaline rush that hits you like at any random time, and it just makes you go nuts, like having a crowd in front of you and everyone's like jamming to your music. And the cooler part is like once you play, like some people don't always know who you are, whether you're an opener or whatever, so like they'll hit you and be like, damn, like I never knew of you, like I never heard of you rather, and your music's awesome, and then they start following you. So that's always the cool part too. But I definitely, hopefully this year, I think with these next few, hopefully with this EP and these next few records, I think hopefully more shows will start picking up once more music's out. But I'm not even really focusing more on shows yet, because obviously with everything going on, I don't need to focus on it. But
right,
I'm just really trying to get, yeah, right. So I'm just really trying to get, like I've been offered like to do virtual shows, like, but it's like it's just not the same. I'd rather focus on music than do a virtual show. Like it's like no offense to the people that want to do it. I don't have as much adrenaline. Like I get the adrenaline from the people that like I feel the energy. So, but I'm going to focus on this music and hopefully finish an EP this year. That's the plan. So I'm already started on it.
Let's go.
3 tracks in. Just need to get a couple of vocals done, and it's going to be out. So.
Let's go. So, how are we talking about quarantine really changing the world? Like we haven't had a pandemic since the flu. What has your quarantine routine been?
So like my daily routine has honestly been just working, every day, and then weekends off working on music, but working on music after work until I go to bed, and just mostly music and work. I guess that would be.
So working and working.
Yeah, my quarantine.
But what would you say is your biggest driving factor? Your motivation that just keeps you where you are. After work, you're going back to work on music. You go to sleep to do it all again. Like, what keeps you going?
I think I still struggle with it. I mean, most people do, but I think some things that you can do to really prevent you, like, because the issue is, like, for me at least, the way I see it is, like, when people aren't focused, they're making, decisions that they wouldn't make if they were, attentive and ready to go and structured, right? So I think me having my plan, like the setup the way I do, I set up like a budget plan. I set up, just a life goal plan when I graduated. That really helped me stay on track to, accomplish the things I do, because I've seen too many of my friends do music that, they didn't have success in the time frame that they thought they were going to have it. So they just gave up and they're not doing music. So I don't even look at it like, doing well. I'm doing music now at this point because I want to do music. I love, without music, I wouldn't feel the same, I guess, if that makes sense. If I didn't have 100%. Music, I wouldn't have a structured day. I think if you love something so much and you really want to succeed in it, I feel like in our country you can do it. Everyone has the tools and necessities. I feel like for the most part with the internet that they can really change the way they live. So I think, from a personal perspective, it's if you focus on something for a good amount of time, you stay structured, you can achieve what you want. It's just something that so many people have proven over time and time again.
Yeah. So, and that's what I say, consistency over everything. It's like the age-old adage, but hard work beats talent.
Real quick though, one thing that I've noticed too is that like the hardest workers not be people with college degrees, because they've been working their asses off, for the last 4 years where kids have been in school just spending money and partying. Like I think like hard work is actually probably the epitome of staying, focused and not giving up on your dreams, because like at the end of the day, hard work, if you put hard work into something, you're going to see results. Like you're going to see results, whether they're for your benefit or, whether, I don't know what the case may be, but.
I mean, I think you hit it on the head right there. Like that's not the biggest takeaway from people watching. It's just, hard work, keep on going. And that's every other that we've been talking to thing. It's the same thing.
Just keep putting time in.
Yeah, go ahead, Hack, my bad.
No, you're good, bro. I was just saying, if that's not inspirational, Francis, I don't know what is, bro. You got me hyped up right now.
Heck, you about to start producing?
Going back to the grindstone.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's gonna be producing, bro, but it's gonna be something.
But yeah, no, I'm just really excited. I mean, I'm really excited for this year. I mean, even though like last year, we never know what's gonna happen with anything, right? No one knows, no one can predict the future. So you really just have to take day by day. And like I said, if you have a plan, if you have a goal, if you keep setting goals, you're gonna stay focused and you're gonna stay, on your feet. And no matter what happens to any of us, like if we're always staying focused and on our feet, like we're always gonna be chilling because we're gonna be, focused and ready to go. So,
where can people find you?
You can follow me on SoundCloud at Francis the Sixth. It's FRANCIS and then VI, so it's Roman numerals for 6. And then what else? So obviously Spotify, same deal. Apple. I'm everywhere, honestly.
But any final marks, anything that you want people to know to look out for?
So we have 2 confirmed official remixes coming out. Within, I think we'll have 2 of them out by the end of February, and then I have a 3rd one that I'm waiting on, which it'll be huge if it gets accepted. It's a huge remix. So hopefully I won't get accepted. I'm still waiting back to hear. And then I'm gonna start just releasing the EP after that. Hopefully the EP, I don't know. It's just gonna be weird. Like the EP is gonna be a whole new monster, and I'm taking it on right now. So it's kind of that's all my focus is on right now, is because I have these remixes done. It's all EP mode right now. So.
Let's go. Well, I mean, we're excited, man. MBH, we got the support, man. We've heard enough where we rock with you, man. We appreciate it. After talking with you today too, it's like, you fit exactly what we're looking for and what we're about.
I appreciate it. No, and I appreciate that because, sometimes when people like they do podcasts, they shy away from answering, being true to themselves. But, I thought, you always gotta be true to yourself and just put yourself out there and go from there. So I appreciate you guys having me on, honestly, and believing in what I'm doing, because at the end of the day, from an artist perspective, that's all we can ask for. So
hey, well, keep it going, man. We here for you, my guy.
All right, guys. I appreciate it, and I'm gonna head out. All right.
All right.
All right,
Sunday.
Thank you so much, man. Peace.